Happy Saturday. It is 7:15. We're off to a beautiful start to the day. It's a little bit less humid too, especially north of the lake. Temperatures have cooled to the low 70s on the North Shore. It's 72 right now in Slidell. We're in the mid to upper 70s on the South Shore, 79 in Houma and in New Orleans, 77 in Belle Chase. Lots of sunshine to kick off the day. It is going to be very hot. Temperatures will climb to the mid 90s, about 95 degrees this afternoon. We'll have plenty of sun all day and we'll trend mostly dry today. Our feels like temperatures will get into the triple digits, so it is going to feel a little bit less muggy, and that will actually help. Our feels like temperatures won't be off the charts today. Still going to be pretty hot, but it could be worse. So we'll probably feel like up to maybe 102, 103 this afternoon. So make sure you keep cool and hydrated. Keep, yourself in check today. If you will be out and about all day long, just pay attention if you do start to feel a little bit, overwhelmed from the heat, especially if you're visiting from out of town and not used to it. Maybe for Essence Fest, it is going to be pretty hot today, but luckily a tad less humid, especially if you're north of the lake. Like I mentioned, some slightly drier air has worked in, so not worried about rain today. We get the break in humidity, but tomorrow our pattern starts to change up and we'll start to see some more storms in the forecast tomorrow. Here's a current look at those dew points across the deep south. Some low 70s. It's not a major difference, but this time of the year we'll take anything when it comes to relief from the heat. So a little bit less muggy today, but the humidity climbs back tomorrow, and then it will be very muggy all this upcoming week. Hot, humid. You know how it is this time of the year. We get back to more realistic life going into the new work week. Tomorrow for your Sunday forecast, also looking pretty hot, a tad more humid. Temperatures tomorrow back in the low to mid 90s. We'll see a better opportunity for scattered storms tomorrow throughout the afternoon and early evening. Feels like temperatures tomorrow back in the triple digits, so make sure you're keeping cool this weekend. Make sure you have your sunscreen, sun protection, all of that a must for your weekend. Now out in the tropics, this is the latest. Tropical storm Chantal has formed off the southeast coast and is expected to make landfall in South Carolina tomorrow. Sustained winds at 40 miles per hour, gusting to 45. It will drift northward as a tropical storm, making landfall early tomorrow morning in South Carolina, bringing them some minor impacts, some pockets of heavy rain and some gusty winds and rough surf, things like that. And then it will dissipate eventually as it moves inland into North Carolina, going into later this weekend and into early next week. We do have tropical storm watches and warnings for South Carolina along the coast and parts of North Carolina as well. So something they'll have to pay attention to, especially since it is 4th of July weekend. A lot of beach goers, things like that. Looking at a little bit more of a high resolution model, the graph model here in-house, showing us those gusty winds happening, especially on the east side of it. So really the worst of the impacts, I think, will be happening offshore in the Atlantic, but they'll get those occasional stronger gusts along the Carolina coastline through the rest of today, really into tomorrow, though. They'll start to see a little bit of gusty conditions unfolding later today, but impacts expected to kind of unfold going into Sunday and into really all of the rest of the weekend tomorrow. So they'll have those occasional stronger gusts working in for them along the coastline. Again, the heavier showers associated with Chantal look to be happening just offshore in the open Atlantic, which should give them a break, but they'll probably still see some pockets of heavy rain the rest of this weekend and into early next week. We'll start to see that rain spreading more to the north into the mid-Atlantic. So they could see some localized flooding for parts of the Carolinas, and that actually may spread a bit inland going into the new work week and more into the mid-Atlantic. So some heavier showers for them, some gusty winds, some rip currents, rough beach conditions, things like that. Elsewhere out in the tropics, nothing else to track. The rest of the Atlantic basin is going to be quiet. We'll stay quiet over the next week. No worries for us here at home. No tropical concerns. We'll take it. The big thing for us this weekend is the heat. Temperatures will be soaring into the mid 90s today and tomorrow, feeling like the triple digits. Mostly dry, plenty of sun today. Don't forget that sunscreen if you will be out and about all day long. This week, pretty typical summer forecast, a bit more active for us. Humidity's on the rise, it's going to be hot, low 90s, scattered storms every day, hit or miss type, but later in the week our rain chances may go up.